This shit is unbelievable. I just don't get how people will go against other people who are just trying to implement something that's easier. And um people are just too lazy and accustomed to the way of life, and they don't like to see change and the way they're doing things. And that's why there's so many bullshit around the world that's happening, because people are just gatekeeping attention. People want to pay attention to dumb things that's trending on the internet, and these people give their energy to what the system allows. So when we're obviously when there's individuals here on earth trying to utilize a different tactic to go about psychology, which is astrology, and all about spirituality and maintaining health, mental health, and physical health, just overall, and also utilizing that power to help others. Is like people get into their own um, head and start reflecting, and start being hating and args, and why do you have to be the one to do that, and why don't I have the knowledge to do so? You're not special. That's not the point. Nobody ain't shit. I ain't shit. But God is utilizing me as a vessel to use these powers and gifts. Since you don't want to be the selfless one, I am. Since you want to be lazy and not put in the shadow work and hard work, and I'm gonna do it, and others, individuals like me, will do it as well. So these are just, you need to understand there's spirits here that are older than you, spiritually, not physically. It doesn't matter how old you are physically, because I know you have this common sense. We all have this common sense that we all have met older individuals as old as 80 years old, and we can tell that they're not intelligent on certain aspects, and that could be our parents, our grandparents, and you understand what I mean by that. People choose their time and the energy to what to pay attention to and what to learn. I want to learn about everything, and if you think it's something that will drive you crazy, then you're just a weak spirit. I'm sorry, but that's how I have to say it. You don't utilize the same intellect and in analytical pinpointing mental powers to see through deception and have discernment, and you don't have your own character and willpower to go beyond your limitation. That's just the truth. You got accustomed to what you got going on in your own life, and you accepted that. You signed a contract spiritually. That's what you wanted to do. And you need to understand that there's individuals who are smarter than you in this world. You cannot start being narcs and stop hating. It's just the truth. I'm talking to all humans, and everybody who has human thoughts. And we have to get out of these type of selfish traits, because as a society we won't grow. So it's teamwork makes the dream work, and we need to learn from individuals who are kicking some real spiritual game and trying to heal society. Society's not getting better. Motherfuckers in ski mask killing other people, shooting innocent bystanders, and excessive drunk driving, crashing into poles and people in stores and shit. You can see all the stupid shit going on in the news. So what are you waiting for? What's taking so long? Why are you bypassing the knowledge that I'm trying to share to you? It's supposed to be shared among every platform. People with talent, but this shit takes time, I guess. I ain't stressing shit. I'm gonna keep doing this until however long I gotta take as a spirit. So I gotta start picking up the pace. It's only gonna get worse if you don't if you are too lazy to, you know, make that first step. You can't be afraid. You can't be, you know, too much into your own world, because as a spirit, that's what you got into. Your spirit is none of these things. You know, we're all different. We all applied ourselves to certain circumstances and events on how we grew up and established our emotions towards how we see things with our mind. You know, the mind is a powerful tool. You can get lost in so many templates, you know, that caters to your emotions. It's just a desire. It's just a, you know, you thought it's something that will give you gratification. You thought it's something that gives you comfort. You know, that's good, but don't get lost in that. Those things. There's something greater than what you think is true. But, you know, this shit takes time for society to understand. So we got a bunch of, you know, reprobates complaining about the MTA fare invasion, and, you know, how criminals who bypass the turnstile, you know, bring weapons and harm others. These are individuals who are a reflection of what the society, the selfish society, don't care about. So since you don't want to help individuals who are in need, and you like to bypass corruption and things like that, and you got accustomed to your way of living, even if you like being a slave, you think it's normal being a slave. You think the way you live is how it is, and you don't see further beyond that. As a spirit, that's your limitation. You need to understand there are spirits here who are way beyond that, and way beyond the systematic structure and the way it was built masonically with the mental blueprints, you know, the curve and the squares, building it from the ground up. So y'all are complaining about the wrong things when the system is using y'all like a battery. You know, paying excessive rent. Rent is already too high, and you're paying so much excessive bills. And, you know, we allow the government to spend over $500 trillion a year, plus more, on war equipment. And y'all still complaining about the wrong things amongst other people who sees through deception and have real discernment of corruption. While you potatoes and retards are in La La Land, living a comfortable lie, and complaining about the same individuals who are fighting, you know, trying to, you know, not care about bullshit that the government is trying to implement, like things that are unfair. To all you people who like to work and be slaves, and you got comfortable with that life, you got comfortable within a template. That's a systematic structure that you got comfortable with. There's nothing wrong with it. You just allow them to groom you into the way you are. You know, you probably have a family. Like you have to, you know, you attach yourself to things that build your reality. And, you know, as soon as you get happy with that reality, you will protect it at all cost. You know, especially if you have a family, and you know, once you start living your own life in that bubble, everything else doesn't matter, and that's just extremely selfish. You know, everybody out here acting like the main character. You know, even the main character got created by a God, and you know, nobody has God. Nobody is having that full realization of what God is. Everybody's just selfish, living in their own ways. You know, they're giving their power to the system, but they're not giving their power to God. And that's how it is, unfortunately. So that should tell you what happens at the end. But yeah, that's all I have. Peace.